Hello, welcome to another episode of the Tabletop Trio Podcast. I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And as you can see, if you're watching us here on Twitch, a little different setup today. We have a special guest. Cast Iron Kyle is joining us.
Hi, guys.
We're gonna have ourselves a lot of fun today.
Yeah.
As you can see, Joe is in the cooking position. And I think the apron is going to be accurate. What are we doing today, Joe?
Wings!
Yay. It's so funny. Like, every time there's like a heat or like a hot sauce show, they're like, it's getting spicy in here. It's getting hot in here, guys. We should open a window. Like, I'm so glad that we're taking a nice new approach to hot sauce.
Right?
Yeah.
We're winging it today.
That's right. That's right.
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there, too.
But yeah, so we are going to be doing a wing episode. Joe's going to be cooking them up. And we figured, Super Bowl's coming up in a couple of weeks. Give you some time to get some ideas flowing, figure out what kind of sauces to get. And we're cooking with 3 very special sauces, Kyle.
Oh, they're special. All right. So we have Word of Mouth Sauce Co. Let me explain a little bit of what that is. So through any good business back in the day, the way that they got the best press and the best advertisement was your friend telling you about them. So I wanted to take a creative approach to marketing my own hot sauce brand by not making a website, by not making an Instagram for it. You got to get it through me. And I want to send a couple out there. Like, I'm going to do a limited run of 50 of each flavors out there. And the way I want it to be marketed was the same thing we're doing right now, sharing it with your friends. That's what
awesome.
I want to do.
That's awesome.
And also, I don't want to put up a website and then come home to, one day out of nowhere, I have to ship, 50 bottles to Puerto Rico and I have to order, you know what I mean? So that way I can kind of control a little bit of where it's going. Because this is a passion project. This is not a get rich thing. This is not a dude, we're gonna get a website. It's a passion project, and it's a fun, creative thing. And Standout Stickers did the label. I wanted the tongue to change colors. Like, if you ate a blow pop that was blue, your tongue would be blue. So not that your tongue's gonna turn found in a diaper brown, but
It'd be interesting at least.
It would be, but
It'd be
the
quite
tongue,
the story.
the tongue coincides with the flavor and the color of the actual sauce. So you have a chipotle, we have the crushed habanero, so the tongue's like an orangish red color, and the Caribbean garlic or the Caribbean mustard is like a orange yellowish color to the tongue. And I wanted to say thank you to Standout Stickers for helping me with the art. So I literally drew.
That art is so cool.
Dude, that is not even me. I wrote on a piece of paper, it's word of mouth. Make the W, the top teeth, the O, the mouth, the M for mouth and word of mouth. And I was like, it doesn't have to be that. Like, I give you guys full creative liberty. And they shot me this image. I'm like,
That's awesome.
print it out, whatever the slogan is for a sticker company.
You do it.
Just to get it out.
Slap it on and let it go.
That's it. Yeah. So they did it for me. They came in strong, and I would not have been able to do it without them. So on every bottle it says designed by Standout Stickers because they've been so helpful.
That's awesome.
Big part of Boston too, which we'll get to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Slow down.
But we got these 3
There's a lot of
sauces here.
podcast.
Joe is going to be utilizing these 3 sauces in 4 different ways, 3 with wings, and one of them you're doing a Mexican street corn?
Kinda.
All right.
It's it should be interesting. I'm gonna do a bunch of weird combinations of food. Right now I'm just melting some butter.
Oh, a little
Whoa.
ASMR music sound.
Yeah.
Dude, that's your microwave?
Nothing in my house just beeps. My dishwasher sings, the oven plays a song, the microwave is pleasant, even though it's kind of shitty because the screen's annoying. But other than that, it's a great microwave.
I just love how you had butter fanfare.
Who furnished your house? The Von Trapp family?
I didn't know they did all of these when you buy it in the store. It's not like when you buy it, they're like, hey, did you know this one doesn't beep, it sings a song?
Are you cool with that? Because you're going to be surprised as fuck.
Yeah, so the first time I opened up the door and the speaker's on the inside. So like you swing it open to your ear.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's just like boom, bing, bing, ding, ding. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, when we bought our house, the doorbell, we found out that we have like I guess back in like the 60s or 70s, they sold doorbells where you could like change the song to whatever part of the year it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
I'm like, I wonder, like, we were just looking at the house and I just decided to ring the doorbell to see if it worked.
Yeah.
I had no idea. It was like, "Ba-lang, da-lang, da-lang, dang, dang, da-lang, 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 dang, dang." I'm like, oh my God.
And they're off.
You open the little bottom of it and this whole thing comes out and there's like a million different, like, da-na-na-na, da-na-da-da. Like, it's so cool.
So are you guys flats or traditional?
There's only one answer. Flats are best.
Bob,
I like both.
you like both?
I'm gonna play the middle child here, and I
Yeah.
like both.
Bob's playing dealer's choice.
I kind of prefer traditional, but flats are good too.
I feel like, dude, when I eat a traditional wing, this is super psycho too, to get into the catacombs of the weird thoughts I have.
But that's how we like it.
If I eat a flat, I feel like the meat in the flat is softer, easier to chew.
That's how I
Doesn't
feel.
get all like messed up in your teeth.
That's
Like
fair.
if you eat a traditional wing, like the leg part, or like the not flat part, I feel like it gets like not stuck in your teeth, but like it's like a
And there is the cartilage at the top.
yeah,
and the
it's
bottom,
not
so
as
like-
enjoyable, dude. I take a flat and grab the top where the knuckle is and push down to expose the bones. Then grab the bone, dip it, pull, and everything off in one thing. Which
That's
is
a good
way
idea.
in depth as to how to eat a wing, but I guess on any episode tonight that would be appropriate.
You never
Right?
know.
No, I'll pick it when we're playing board games. You guys want to know how to eat a wing? That's how an orc does it.
Do not pass go. Do not collect 200.
I really appreciate you guys letting me come on here and talk about this and taste it. I really care about what you guys think because you have been to so many of the hot sauce festivals and you've gotten such a nice exposure to the spectrum of hot sauces.
You know, it happened so fast. I was talking to Bob. I think it was last week's
Yeah, it was
episode.
last
we were
episode.
I love that
chatting,
intro. It happens so fast. Look at
And
us.
we were like, man, it's another hot sauce. Is this like the second one or the third one we've done? And Bob was like, this is going to be the second one. And I was like, no, it feels like it's been like 4 or 5 years already. Like, I feel like I've known all the hot sauce guys
Well,
forever.
when the sessions, so that's why they break the hot sauce shows up in sessions. For those of you that are not watching, the traditional way that they do a hot sauce is or a hot sauce show, they have Saturday and Sunday. There's a morning session and an afternoon session. So the reason they do that is it kind of refreshes the crowd and like it's easier on the people selling and
God, that makes so much sense.
it makes so much. You don't want somebody just like lingering and trying your sauce 10 times in a row. Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for the bus. Like, no, dude, just come in, taste the sauce, and get a new crowd of people. Where'd you get that bowl that you're holding?
I have like 8 of these.
I just found it's, and they're 8 different looking ones.
Yeah.
What the, dude? I just found them at the thrift store, and they were in a stack of 8, and they're so aesthetic. Look at that bowl, guys. Look at that. That'll soon to be seen on my Cast Iron Kyle account.
Signature Housewares Incorporated.
Yeah, dude.
Made in China. Couldn't tell you.
Can I say something? That bowl, perfect pre-bed cereal bowl.
Ooh.
Dude, what is it about being 30?
Oh, that is such a good idea.
Turning 30, a little bit of cereal before bed.
So
Okay,
I
got a
so
1.
good.
I have a traditional. Well, I guess it's traditional for us, super unconventional for everyone else. Our tradition for like bedtime cereal
Yeah.
was Nilla wafers microwaved with
That's
milk.
not weird. You prepped me for
Microwaved-
thinking it was like monkey brains or
Microwaved
something.
with milk? No one I have ever talked to
Yeah,
is like,
why- yeah.
yeah, I microwave my Nilla wafers all the time.
Yeah.
It turns into like a almost like an oatmeal, like a grits kind of
Yeah.
texture, but it's like
Huh.
vanilla. As if you get it at the right heat, at the right cook time,
Yeah.
with the right amount, you get like these lumps of Nilla. Except they changed the recipe, so now there's always like
Dude, Nilla
a
wafers in
friggin'
milk
crouton
microwaved.
Christ Eucharist on the bottom that just doesn't
Dude.
melt like they used to.
Yeah.
But it was a thing my dad used to do.
That's so fucking. You're not sleeping. You're passing out.
Oh yeah, you're out. Like you don't get an option to sleep.
Yeah.
You are sleeping.
Right. My grandmother, growing up, was diabetic, so like she had nothing that tasted good in her house. And she's super healthy though. Like she had to be. She got it when she was like in her teens, so she grew up her whole life being healthy. And that was like the one sweet thing that she had at her house was Nilla wafers. That was it. No candy, no gum, no nothing. Nilla wafers. That was like the sweet treat. She used to make like banana pudding or like lemon meringue pie and put that on the edge. It was so good. Nilla wafers. Now I'm gonna buy them, Joe. Thank you.
Welcome.
My grandmother always had those. She would call them the Dutch girl cookies.
Yeah.
But they're the thin, like very thin, almost like stroop waffle.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
But super thin with like a cream on the inside.
Oh,
They're like
wafers.
Yeah,
They're
they're wafers.
Little sugar wafers.
Yes.
They have those
She
in
call-
sugar-free, Kyle. Don't get the sugar ones.
She,
My grandmother used to crush those, bro.
She would always call
would
them.
crush
She's
them.
like, "Oh, get me the Dutch girl cookies." And I'm food shopping. I'm like, what?
Dude, my
What are
grandma
the
would
Dutch
eat that.
girl cookies?
Dude, she would eat that hot sauce. I got into liking hot stuff because of my grandma. Who could
Really?
say that?
Really?
Dude, she used to get a matzah the size of a fucking yearbook, and she would spread like margarine or butter, like softened butter on the matzah, right?
Ooh, okay.
And then put jalapeno jam on it.
Oh.
When I was like 12 years old, she's like, "Do you want to try a matzo with jalapeno jam?" I'm like, "We need to put you in a home. What is this?" And I tried it, and I was like, "Oh my God." It like opened up that realm in my head where it's like, down the road, this is going to become an obsession. Mm-hmm. You ever have something and you immediately know, like, I'm going to be super fucking into this?
Yes.
I mean, there was
That's
that
what it
drugs
was.
that one time for like 8 years, but like
Yeah. That one little,
it was just a
little
stint.
summer.
Yeah, it was just a stint. I tried it one time for like 8 years. It was no big deal.
Lashing out, Joseph.
that was literally me with like any
shout
hobby
out
that
to
I
my grandma.
have.
Any hobby. Yeah.
Like my parents took me to a race at Flemington Speedway when I was like little kid.
Dude, I love Flemington.
And I'm just like, oh, cars and the noise, and this is my personality now.
Dude,
And look at me now.
my uncle raced at Flemington, and I used to think that was his job when I was little. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we were talking about like work day, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh man, my uncle should come in. My teacher's like, what does your uncle do? I said, my uncle's a race car driver. He was like a welder, but like he raced for fun, like he raced modifieds for fun. And on the last episode of Full Slice, we kind of broke into stupid things you said as a kid. I thought veteran meant old person. So I told my second grade teacher that all 4 of my grandparents were veterans. So my teacher's like, holy fuck. Like, you're the only kid we've had in like 20 years of my teaching career where all 4 of his grandparents are veterans. So I went home and told my mom, I'm like, they want grandma to come into school for Veterans Day too. My mom's like,
Why?
she didn't fight a fucking war. What are you talking about? So I had to go into school and tell my teacher and my entire class that my grandmothers did not fight in any wars.
Sorry, I fucked up. That
Like,
one's on me.
stolen
Yeah,
valor.
sorry.
Like,
Yeah. Get out of here, idiot. Go get your Nilla wafers and hot sauce matzahs and get the fuck out of here.
Like, get your diabetic ass back home.
But it's a fun thing to think about all the dumb shit you thought of as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
But I would have never seen this coming, this hot sauce thing. I would have never seen that coming as a kid.
Oh,
As a
half
kid.
of what we do. I mean, like, so when I used to play Counter-Strike when I was a kid,
Yeah, I
we
loved
would do
Counter-Strike.
dumb shit all the time. I would
Yeah.
play songs. I was using Half-Life TV to, like, do dumb shit.
Yeah.
And then, like, everything blew up streaming. I was like, man, I was 10 years too soon.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all the dumb shit I did, like, is now, like, viral now. I just did it
Right.
because it was stupid and funny.
On the cusp.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like every time I come here, Joe, you have some new, like, tech piece of equipment. I feel like your house, like, this would be like the neighbors in Chevy Chase's Christmas Story.
I do
Todd and
always-
Margot. This would be like,
So-
who put that table there, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
So I do actually have a new thing that I think is right up your alley.
Okay.
I can't show it to you because it's outside.
Okay.
It's called the Bird Buddy.
Okay.
The Bird Buddy is a bird feeder with a camera on it that connects to the Wi-Fi.
No.
When a bird comes and starts eating food,
It's a ring camera for birds.
it takes a photo of the bird,
Sick.
sends it to you with what type of bird it is,
Whoa.
and then it'll give you, if you get a video, it'll do like a quick video.
Dude,
if
what?
a squirrel comes in, it'll say like intruder.
Yeah.
And then like we had one where 2 squirrels came in, and it was like Squirrel, intruder, parentheses, family.
Look who stopped by for seeds. Don't bother looking it up. It's a partridge. Like, whatever. Partridge. That's the stupidest thing to say. It's a bird.
It was really cool, and it's been working. I got it for my wife for Christmas because she's been really into bird stuff.
Dude, birds rule. I love the Plainsboro Bird Preserve. You got to go there.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, it's a bird feeder. We have like 8 outside already. She's like, I'm over here like about to buy like a $2,000 camera lens so that we can get shots from inside while it goes and eats. And they were like, yeah, buy this thing. It takes a photo like 2 inches away from the bird, crystal clear. And I was like, that's probably a better option.
Dude, you're probably... Yo, Joe, you watch, Bob. Joe's going to get obsessed with this shit. He's going to be at a meeting at work. It's like, ring. Oh, shit, dude, that's a red-winged blackbird.
My cousin is a professional bird watcher up in Maine. He
Really?
travels for it. He has a store, like, for all, I guess, like, bird and hobby. Like,
He has a store?
He has a store in Maine for birds.
Where in Maine, dude? I just went there on vacation over the summer.
I'll get the information. I'll send it to you. But, yeah, it's the thing. And I didn't know he did it. We haven't talked to that side for like a really long time, and then like we reintroduced again, and I added him on Facebook.
Fuck
and we started
you
talking.
and your birds.
And then he's like, check out what I did today, and I saw like a photo, and then it's like his thing was tagged, and I was like, oh shit.
Wait a minute.
Wait, so does he like take photos for the Audubon Society, or like what does he do?
I think his photos get like published, or him and his
Really?
wife. Yeah, they both take photos, and
Wow.
yeah,
Dude, that's big. That's I was going to say big money, but I don't know if it is. I was like, that's big cool.
I don't know, but it's cool.
There you go. That's the name of the episode. Big cool.
Big cool.
Big
But
cool.
I do have at least 2 new hobbies. One of them, I don't think you were here or heard. I got a screen printer.
Silk screen printer to
Yeah.
make shirts? Dude, I have some ideas for you. Dude, I have an idea. I shared it with my Snap-on rep, the Snap-on Tools guy,
Yeah.
because it's kind of along the alley of getting dirty at work. I shared my idea with him. He goes, I am going to pretend I didn't hear that and not be obsessed with making that shirt. I'll share it with you when we're off air.
Yeah.
Look out for it. Joe and Kyle, we're going to get together and make a shirt. And I'm going to tell you this design. You're going to be like, oh my God, I'm taking off a week of work. We're going to make it.
We also had a shirt design idea for Boston.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah, let's
I
hear it.
got-
What do you
I
got?
got a good one.
So this is all Joe, so I'll let Joe kind of...
Oh, I'm excited to hear this. I like
do
that
the
you guys are
description.
hyped about Boston, dude.
So we were talking about like the Boston thing and and I was like, oh, the Boston Tea Party would be like a funny knockoff. And then I found an old photo from like 1899 or something of like the depiction of the Boston Tea Party with all the people throwing boxes into the bay. And I was like, I need to find an artist to modify this photo instead of the buildings in the background to have harpoon, and then instead of the regular boxes of tea, have it be hot sauce boxes with like red in the water.
Oh my God.
And have it be the Boston sauce party.
Dude, that is... Sauceton. Ooh. The Sauceton tea party, sea party, capsaicin. Oh my God, my brain.
So that was my idea, and I have a couple. I'll show you off air. I had a couple. I ran probably 800 images through AI. To try to like get what my brain was thinking.
And you probably sent like half of them to me. You're like,
I did.
What about this?
I sent a handful.
What about that? What about this?
And then I found this really, really old one that we could just modify, and I was like, I guess AI doesn't always win.
Dude, AI is weird, and I mess around with AI. If I'm too high, I'll think of something funny and type it into the AI. The last one I did was alcoholic baby missing fingers. Dude, the image it shot back at me, I haven't touched it since. It scared me. I was like, that was
scared
way
straight
too
moment?
quick. Dude, ChatGPT can be quite useful.
Oh yeah, my wife uses it all the time.
You can use it to pitch ideas to. You can use it to. It's cool to use when you're prone to making grammatical errors, like such as myself. And I think that AI is a good thing, but it can get really scary, really quick.
So my girlfriend
so fast.
will always do that as well. And her most recent one was Tony Danza riding a dragon.
That's right. He looks like Jerry Seinfeld, but that works.
And it's I can't even show you can kind of maybe see it on camera.
Yeah.
But
that should be
the
the thumbnail for the episode. That's so funny. Are you guys you pumped for Boston this year? It's going to be.
I can't
take
wait.
everything that you think you know about hot sauce festivals, throw it out the window because this is going to be epic.
So I was already super excited because it's always a fun time, and I meet seeing everybody again and chatting. and then you put it in a brewery that I had to remember, and I was like, oh, Harpoon, really good, love their beer. And then I'm like thinking about it, and then like what, 2 or 3 weeks go by, and I was like, Bob. He's like, what? And I'm like, Harpoon, we're going to Harpoon. He's like, what does that mean? I'm like, UFO White, my favorite goddamn beer.
Yes, UFO White.
There.
Yeah, they make that.
I'm like, that's where I tasted it. That's where the obsession began.
Dude, they partnered with Dunkin' and made a couple like coffee beers.
Yeah, John
Did you
gave
try
me one
them?
to try. It was like a tea, coffee, whatever. I'm like, I don't normally like tea like that, but like,
yo, don't be talking down tea, bro. We'll go down that.
well, okay,
avenue.
I don't like the Liptons and like the
whore for tea.
hard teas. Okay, but like,
No hard teas.
see all these boxes
That's
over
tea.
here?
Yeah.
Those are all teas.
I'm a big tea boy.
I
am
love
a
What's your
big
favorite
tea boy.
variant?
All right, so here what we're going to do. All right, so I talked to Bob about this on the way in because that's how much I like tea. I talk about it in the car ride with my bud. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of August's Uncommon tea, it's called. They make loose leaf tea. I'm a big, use the French press when it comes to making tea. Big fan. I am big on the chamomiles and like the wind down teas. I'm not morning tea guy. I'm a big coffee guy in the morning. But I really like experimenting with mixing their varieties. They have like, I'm a big mint tea fan. Anything mint. They have like a honeydew mint tea, which is super good.
Yeah.
They have like and I mix them. I'll mix the cherry bourbon with the honeydew mint and like make a cup of tea and wind down with it. But I also make my own iced tea from it. They have an iced tea maker. Mm-hmm. It's almost like it's a metal bag or metal thing that you hang into the water.
Is it the one that also doubles as a cold brew?
Yes.
Yeah, I have the same one.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Fantastic.
It's dude, I did dry January, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm on day 30 right now. And what made it so much easier was having 1,000 different teas to play with.
That makes sense.
And it just was like so easy. Because that weird thing in your brain where you have to have variety and craft beers. I need like 10 different kinds. You know what I mean? Not at once, Mom. But like that weird trigger of variety, I get that with all the different loose leaf teas. And dude, I feel so much better having a good glass of tea.
I am a big oolong fan. I like strong teas because my brain associates weak tea with just like, you almost made something good. It's just water. You know what I mean? Like
It's water kissed with something.
You almost got. It's like having the soda after all the ice melted. And it's like it used to be soda.
It's watered down to
It's
you.
like drinking. It's like drinking White Claw, expecting to have like strawberry juice.
Exactly. That's how my brain associates like the weaker teas.
If we're going to drive, we're going 100 miles an hour or nothing.
Right. So I'm a big fan of oolongs, like the really strong.
Joe should be iRacing.
Oh, we're trying.
Yeah, okay. That would be fun. Dude, so
What,
for
be
Boston,
caffeinated on iRacing? It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
a good time.
get the fuck out of my way. So
He once told someone that I hope you choke on a mozzarella stick.
Oh, God.
I did. You're not allowed to like curse because you can get banned. And I was like, if I'm gonna get banned,
You
the
have to be
guy who bans
creative.
me is gonna laugh.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that's like getting in trouble in high school when the principal would be like, it's pretty funny, but inappropriate.
Yeah.
Very inappropriate.
Yes, but
It's
no.
funny.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Like, come on, dude. So back to Boston. It's at Harpoon, like you mentioned. Super cool. It's right on the Inner Harbor. It's like right on the water.
Oh my god, I cannot wait for that.
And so I have the brand list. If you guys want me to pull that up, I
Yeah.
can talk about some of the brands that are there.
Yeah, because I saw there's going to be a lot of people, a lot of new people.
Yeah, there are some new people.
And a few people, and a lot of people who were there last year at Boston. If you didn't get to try any, that if you went,
yes.
that.
So-
Oh man, I can't wait.
Last year for Boston, we had DEF CON.
Sorry.
That's super loud.
I'm just knocking everything over. It's fine.
We got, so I'll just run by it and see if you remember the names. So we have Ballymarl. That's a new one. That's a new hot sauce. Big Rich's Gourmet Hot Sauce. A lot of sauces in his line. We got Burke's back. You know, Burke's from last year.
Yes.
Kevin and Sharon. I'll be talking about what they're going to be doing the Friday night before down the road for Boston. We have, we have Chappie's Pickles. Crack Sauce. Remember Crack Sauce? Mm-hmm. Hot Graham's going to be back. Hook and Arrow's going to be back. Hell's Kitchen, Family Band, DEF CON, Jersey Barnfire, Karma, who swept the awards last year. So I'm
They
excited
really
to see.
did.
So we got a whole new judging panel this year, and I'm excited to see where Karma goes because those sauces are so recognizable. I couldn't judge this year. I passed the torch for judging because we wanted to get some fresh blood in there. And I just hope Karma can share the love this year. We have
Spread it out a little more.
Pepper Row and Co. They were there last year talking about like wanting to get into the hot sauce world. So I'm excited to see what they came up with in
cool.
less than a year, which is very
Yeah.
impressive. Because take it from me, it does take time to do this.
Yeah.
Red's Hot Sauce, they were there last year. Smoke and Tin Roof, they're back. 13 Stars, they're back. Dude, 13 Stars, money from every single bottle they sell goes to like war veterans. How sick is that? That's insane. That's so cool.
Yeah, they're great. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Hot Tin Roof too.
Yes.
Because the guy that was there was so much fun to just like chat
That guy
with and
was
hang
so
out.
cool.
Because they're the ones who had like the spicy
Jams.
Yeah, they had the spicy jams, but didn't they also have the spicy cotton candy?
I think so.
I feel like that
one
was
of
there
them.
because they were like outside in the little corner there.
Opening a bag for you to go to sleep. It's ASMR for Joe. Kitchen.
Oh, is it the tear that's getting you?
Yeah, it's so ASMR. I'm gonna put duct tape over your mouth.
It says tear here, and then it very obviously isn't terrible.
It's never terrible there.
It's terrible.
We got Spicy Shark this year. That's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Spicy Shark. Shout out Gabe, Spicy Shark, the maple syrup, the blueberry maple syrup. Oh, I'm so excited. I got to stock up. Spices from the Sun's back.
I think Bronson bought every single bottle that Gabe had
they're good.
at Spicy Shark.
Yeah,
He bought almost every single one.
And Gabe is the host for the New England Hot Sauce Festival
Yes.
too, which is a complete blast. We got Spice Beast. They were in Philly. Remember them?
Oh, I can't wait to see them. I need more of the sauce.
Yep.
Stuff
We got
so much.
Source Fire. Yeah, their dry stuff is great. Volcanic Ash. Got Yaz's Table. And we have, let's see if we can find some of the later entries. Fuego Box. They are one of our partners. We have Bone Sauce. Remember the Bone Sauce? They were outside doing their wings.
I love their wing sauce.
Yep.
So much.
And Volcanic Ash, who I mentioned already. And the major person that is doing this, like putting all this together and like the be-all, end-all of everything, John, White House Station. They are fucking awesome.
Yes.
John's the man. John, I don't know how he can fit so many hats on his head. But John makes everything
I don't know how the hell
possible.
he does it.
Dude, he helps us, like, with Full Slice. Like, he has been so supportive and helpful, like, with all the podcasts, too.
Yeah. He'll jump in our chat every now and
Yeah.
then. Hey, guys,
Yep.
what's going on? All
Yep.
that.
Without him, it wouldn't be possible. Like I mentioned with the sauces, standout stickers, again, they've helped us get to this point. And we're doing something a little different this year. We're going to have a setup for podcasting.
Ooh.
Strictly podcasting. So last year, Full Slice had a day. You guys had a day. It was kind of hard to podcast for 8 hours straight, especially with salmonella. So what we're doing is we're going to offer hour slots, 1 hour slots to other hot sauce shows, other food shows. So it's going to be almost like a mini podcasting festival within the festival. So we're going to have
Festival in a festival.
well, it's a podcasting pop-up within. And it's cool because we can give we feel like sometimes we didn't get, to interview everybody there.
Yeah.
So if there's 8 different shows going, they can kind of line stuff up so everybody gets a little bit of the love.
Yeah.
And it's going to be you guys, Tabletop Trio and Full Slice Podcast, the 2 premier podcasts of the Boston Hot Sauce Festival. I'm going to bring back Podcast Iron. I've been getting a lot of requests for that. I'm
Nice.
happy to do it. I've been designing some layouts for episodes and stuff.
Love that.
One of our judges, Chris Busone, is bringing back Spicy Memories. He's going to be there. And we're going to get Hop Sauce. That's another podcast. They were in Philly. They were walking around doing like field stuff. And I'm trying to get a couple more. It'd be cool to have like 4 or 5 different shows a day and like their own little variety. Put their spin on the festival. Because
Yeah, last time we did it, we were
yeah.
like sprinting around trying to get interviews from everybody.
Oh my God.
Who can get in with this time slot? Who can get in with that time slot?
Well, now you'll know
Because
way ahead of time.
We wanted to make sure that we would get, as many people as possible.
Right.
Because we didn't want to miss anybody and stuff like that. And I think we ended up still missing a couple. Because, they were like, come back later, and then we couldn't.
Yeah. Dude, there was booms of people. Like, there was a little rush of people, and then it would die down a little bit. Then it would boom up again. So it's going to give everybody an opportunity to be like, all right, so our time slot is this time on Saturday. Maybe we'll give 2 slots out on Saturday, give everybody a break. And then Sunday we can come and talk about it.
So how spiced do you want the corn I'm making.
How spicy?
Yeah.
Why don't we have 1 and 1, like a hot one and
A normal one?
a variable or a control? Right? The street
like
corn
that.
control. That sounds like a bad punk band. Street corn control.
I mean, I'd probably still go to their show.
yeah, me too.
They're a streetlight cover band, but
Yeah,
they only
yeah.
play corn.
Yep. And then the night before the festival kicks off, we're going to be doing a live episode of the Full Slice podcast, a live taping. We're going to be doing games and like interactive fun things. I'm going to do, a little 10-minute monologue in the beginning to get everybody laughing, talking about salmonella last year.
nice.
I have some funny stuff planned.
I can't wait to watch that.
And that's at the Burks own the Fermentary.
Okay.
It's the Fermentary, 200 Webster Street, Hanover, Mass. FermentaryTaproom.com. Thank them for allowing us to do that. Because we're going up Friday. It's going to be cool to kick everything off, and it'll be good for the vendors to get together. And you know, it's cool to commiserate as a buyer of the hot sauce and with the other vendors of the hot sauce.
Well, we had so much fun last year too, doing that pre-show kind of get together at the bar.
Yes.
Right there, right in downtown Boston.
Now, I dropped the ball on that because I wasn't aware of all the different locations of Trillium. So there was like 3 little pre-parties around Boston last year. And I didn't know that. But they opened that rooftop bar for us last year. That was really
That was
fun.
so cool.
There was a couple people there. Family Band showed up, and Ron from Hell's Kitchen was there throwing stories down. Who knew Ron was into like Broadway shows? And he was like, he could sing like a bird, had no fucking idea.
Not only like he was into it, he was literally in it.
Yeah, he was in it. So it's cool to have the vendors get together and have their own little festival.
Yeah.
And Full Slice, we wanted to do that for them, kind of thing. And dude, you're stirring like you are the man. Dude, look at that bowl you have. I could crush some Reese's Puffs in that thing.
No, you want to know my midnight bowl? You're gonna.
I have one of those.
Do you want to know my? It might be in the dishwasher because I used it. Hold.
I have my go-to cereal bowl is the Tasmanian Devil playing basketball from like 1996.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I think my wife is currently using it.
That's okay.
It's
You got to share the bowl, man.
So it's about this big,
Oh my God.
except it's about this tall.
Oh.
I think it's actually meant for like serving salads and stuff.
Joe, I
but,
think
like,
they call that family size.
or as my grandmother would call it, the dog's bowl.
That's it. That's it. Dude, I gave my cat a little bit of cereal milk when I was done because we don't feed our animals from the table. We try not to do that because we did that when we were little and our animals were like getting like human diseases. So I put a little bit of milk on the spoon. When I was done, obviously, when I was done, I gave my cat the spoon with milk. She took like 3 licks and looked at me like, how the fuck did this get invented? Like, what did you do to this?
Best day of my life.
What? It was like
That is so
Lucky
good.
Charms milk. I was high as hell, so I thought she was talking to me. I'm like, yeah, it's heart stars and horseshoes, babe.
that's really good.
What did you put in there?
That smells really good, dude.
So this is the word of mouth Caribbean mustard
Okay.
with some good old Wellesley Farms pure maple syrup.
All right. Shout out BJ's.
It's just stirred together. I did basically like a 1-to-1 ratio.
Okay. Sweet.
So it's got that maple up front, but then that like smack of spice in the back. It's really good. Now I'm trying to debate if I want to put it on the wings or the corn.
Yes.
Dude, if my grandmother was still alive and I had my first ever stand-up gig, I feel like your cat right now, the way he's looking at us and watching us would be the same way she would interact with me if she was watching me perform stand-up comedy. She's back there like, I'm here. Don't mention it. I'm going to walk away for a little bit because I don't like that. One other thing I wanted to bring up, if it's okay, I wanted to officially I haven't really talked about this anywhere else, but we are, myself and my partner, Steve, Dago and Fuego, he's a butcher, published writer, or a published food writer. Him and I are starting up a little side project. Think like Bon Appetit, but for small businesses. For like
cool.
these hot sauce brands, like writing about them. And making articles like 5 small craft hot sauces to introduce to your spring charcuterie board this year. Like,
oh, that's awesome.
Small business. We need small business. We cannot just have, Amazons and big box stores.
I feel like
forever.
there's been a
So
swing
Steve,
back towards.
there is, dude, total resurgence.
Yeah.
So
I
Steve
love
is Dago and Fuego, Dago_en_Fuego. Cool guy, cool pictures. You want to see some badass steaks? Guy's awesome. He's going to be in Boston. He's flying up for that.
Nice.
And 2 of our writers, actually 3 of our writers will be there because one of our writers is a judge, Chris Bisson. He's Captain Cook's Food.
Is he the one that looks exactly like Markiplier in this photo?
He looks like he looks like me. I don't know why I didn't say that before. He looks like me.
One of the judges
Yeah.
in his photo looks. I swear to God, I was gonna text you and be like, "You got Markiplier as a judge?"
Yeah. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I'll share it with you guys. Yeah, he's right here. Yeah, that's who he looks like. That's the guy.
Yep.
So
Looks exactly like you.
yeah, he looks exactly like me. Chris is going to be there. One of our other judges we announced today is the Mighty Mustache, Bobby McFadden. We also have Hot Sauce Mike. We got a couple different people. We got Hot Sauce Mike, and we got one other person.
The other
that is
guy,
yet to
Cody.
be- yes, Cody tries stuff.
He looks exactly like Markiplier. Like the
the
internet.
I think
He's the
his
one
guy.
picture is that guy, and he's like,
It
using
is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dude,
'Cause-
Cody, shout out Cody Try Stuff. That dude has been so helpful with me trying to find my groove in this weird, crazy social media world. I'm so glad he's coming. We're going to try and shoot some cooking content with him, which it will involve you guys and everybody together. But
I'm drooling looking at his
yeah,
Instagram
dude,
page right now.
He's got some skill, man. That dude's crushing it. So he's going to be a judge. Cody, we got Chris Bisson, we got the mustache, we got Mike, Hot Sauce Mike. It's going to be a good time, good people, good friends, make new friends, see the old ones. Do you guys notice that the hot sauce vendors, like, they have really good memories? They all
really
remember.
do. Yeah,
they all-
What
I
the
don't know
hell
how.
is that? Is capsaicin? There's going to be some breakthrough thing, like capsaicin oil
Yeah.
is going to like cure Parkinson's or Alzheimer's disease.
Like the last time I was talking to them, and it wasn't for long. Though I think it was Burke. It was the wife.
Yeah.
She was like,
Sharon, yeah.
"Oh, hey Joe, nice to see you. We were talking about this last time." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, they're super nice. They're
You know what?
the best.
Because the guy from Spice Beast.
Yeah,
Oh my God, I forget his name.
the Beast.
The Beast.
The Beast.
Yeah. We were chatting with him at Saucetoberfest. And he's like, "Oh, hey, man, how's it going? What's going on? What's new? Blah, blah, blah."
Yeah.
Your buddy walking around with a pitcher of beer again?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Philly was so fun. Philly
was a good time.
We're planning something pretty big for Philly this year, and a brewery involved. And
You're welcome for the beer pitcher sales.
yes,
As I just walked around because it was cheaper to buy a pitcher than it was for like 2 cups.
dude, that was a revolutionary breakthrough. That was like I feel like that was like the first time somebody on horseback saw somebody driving a car. Like, you can do that. You're walking around the pitcher like, why the fuck am I not doing that?
That's what
That's what the bartender was doing, too.
Yeah, the Spice Piece. It was the wife. She
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my God, that's so smart!" And then she smacked him.
Yeah.
Why didn't you think of that?
Exactly.
I'll be right
Dude,
back.
We're at a beer garden. German people are accustomed to drinking this shit out. You ever seen a beer stein? You can hold a family-sized box of cereal in it. It's
Yeah.
fucking huge.
It was great.
Joe goes up and he buys it. Next thing you know, I'm back at the table, man and everything. And I look, there's like 5 people walking around with pitchers of beer. And I'm like,
I
God
started
damn it,
something.
Joe.
I started something here today.
I'm like, Bob, can you give me a Monster? I'm like, oh, fuck, what am I doing, dude?
I show up, giving a red. Here's your Red Bull. And Joe's like, "Yeah, I got my pitcher of beer."
Yeah. Dude, Joe, you are the furthest along I've ever seen somebody growing an avocado tree.
Yeah,
That is-
it's actually
that is
working. I'm shocked.
That looks like the robots from like War of the Worlds with the really long.
Yeah, no,
ass-
it does. When I
Doesn't
first
it?
saw it, I was like, I don't know if it's supposed to do that.
Did you guys know that? Did I ever share that with you? Like, I am probably the biggest Orson Welles War of the Worlds nerd you've ever met.
Really?
That's like a secret thing about me that I don't really talk about very often because nobody knows. They're like, shut up, weird guy.
Yeah.
But I'm fascinated by old time radio and how that was the prime form of entertainment. Like, I've listened to it so many times I can recite the whole entire thing. Like,
That
I'm
is
not
so
even
cool.
not
And
even kidding.
I just love the panic
Yes.
and all that was created.
Dude,
People
somebody
are just
shot
like,
their neighbor.
Holy shit! Like,
Someone's like, I gotta go tell Ruth and Gertrude next door about this to keep them safe. They knock on the door. They open the door. They shot him.
that is wild.
Unreal. But yeah, dude, I feel like I'm hijacking your show. I'm sorry.
No, that's dude. That is sort of it's content.
Yeah, because Joe's over there. I'm watching him. I'm looking.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like experimenting. Like, what else can I put in here?
I love this overhead shot that we have right now.
Yeah, it's
'cause
really good.
We got the corn. We got what Joe's working on over there.
Yeah,
Which
dude.
is a mystery because I didn't know the ingredients before the show. This is like the friggin' Iron Chef where the guy comes down and he's just like, and who are all the ingredients?
Yeah, dude.
Bah! Like that.
Yeah. Was that Iron Chef where they're like, all right, you need to make a pizza with milk and gummy bears? I'm like,
Yeah,
what the
that's-
fuck?
yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck. Like that's what I feel like. You were like, here's the ingredients, and I was like, fuck, I was just gonna cook wings.
Street corn control, bud. That's all.
Oh my god.
I'm excited you guys are coming to Boston. Thank you for coming on, like coming and doing it with us. It's fun. It's just like that's all we have to remember, that it's meant to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool community of people that I don't think get enough recognition as far as like the creativity, the extensive work it takes to develop a recipe.
Yes.
Like this, my hot sauces, I had an idea, I had a vision for what I wanted them to be. Somebody helped me make that vision so that I didn't have to go get a kitchen that was, I didn't have to USDA standardize my kitchen. Somebody made it, I tested a batch, said, here, change this, tested a batch, and kind of formulated it to where it was. These guys are literally, John's like, oh man, while we're here, I'm going to stop at the pepper farm and get a new batch of peppers for, like when we were at Bowers at the Chili Pepper Festival.
Yeah.
He's like, there's a chili farm down the street. I'm going to get a big bag of white habaneros for, I'm like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
That is so, and I feel like too there's this like weird stigma kind of thing online where it's just like, oh, hot sauce, give me the hottest hot sauce you have. I want to burn my face.
It's the worst.
And it's just like, no, like,
Oh, dude.
hot sauce is meant to be tasted. It's meant to be flavored. It's meant to be
Shared.
enjoyed.
Yes.
You share the passion. It's just like cooking any other type of food.
Yes.
You're not just gonna be like, I want the saltiest piece of salt you have. No.
Well, we kind of ratcheted that back. Well, not we, but Ron, like the festivals did when Ron came out with the hipster repellent for the marshmallow thing.
Yeah, that helped.
That helped.
that helped.
Dude, I'm so distracted by the book. This is the Field Guide for Whiskey.
Which
Field Guide for Whiskey.
Oh.
Get your camo on,
For
boys.
whiskey.
Let's go. Yeah. So
Shit.
yeah, I'm excited for you guys to do that, and we're gonna have to talk about some T-shirt designs, and
Yes.
we will be. I'm down to do whatever we can in Boston content-wise. Some of the people that we have writing for us with our writing project, shout out to Hannah and Lauren and Chris. They are supposed to be coming. Be cool to have all of us together and, think tank. The whole weekend's going to just be a big creative content mash, just a mashup of cool people. I can't wait for you to meet these people.
I am so excited just to meet everyone, just to see everyone, introduce ourselves to the other podcasts that are going to be there.
Yeah.
And on top of that, have some damn good hot sauce
Yeah.
with some damn good beer.
Dude,
Like, it's going to be so much fun.
I
I've
know.
already got my Friday and Monday off.
yeah, the
So I
Friday,
can
Monday.
Take a little,
little weekend
break.
sandwich. Yeah, dude, I got
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's gonna be probably I don't know, maybe twice the size as last year. Like how many people we can, and that was a lot of people last year.
I was shocked at how packed it was because
yeah,
it was, for me, it was all of our first hot sauce festival.
right.
And we're like, oh, okay, cool. A bunch of people are going to come in, you're going to check it out.
Yeah.
Mill around for a bit and then head out.
Right.
It was packed.
It was a party.
It was absolutely packed. And like the only downtime
Yeah.
was that half hour or hour, whatever it is, between sessions.
Yeah. What was the name of the brewery that it was at? It was near last year. It wasn't at the brewery. Was it Notch or Source or one of them?
It was because it was
No,
at
Source
the
is all the way in
garage.
Coltsneck.
Source, Notch, maybe? Notch Brewing? Was that Notch in Massachusetts? I don't know. Whatever brewery it was. I was almost happy I got Salmonella because the beer looked so good from next door.
It really did.
Like, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to drink 9 beers.
Yeah, I just
And come back and fall asleep.
just real quick. I got just 5 minutes. Just
That wasn't a fart. That was my slippery.
A likely story.
so-
In the chat, 4am Watch, by the way, says the house smells so good already.
That's the cat. The cat got Twitch. Yeah, I was talking to Bob. I was thinking, I'm thinking about doing some old school gaming, like trying like maybe once a month, twice a month, to do some Twitch streaming of like vintage video games. Because
let me know. I have too many.
No, I bought the sanctioned units because I thought about it one of two ways. One, I could buy the vintage Sega. I'd have to get the cords, the second controller. Then go buy all the games. So what I did was I looked at the Sega Mini that was released by Sega.
Yeah.
Like 3/4 of the games are the ones I was gonna buy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll buy this thing for $80 or whatever it was because I traded in some stuff. And I have it.
I'm a big Sega collector. I have one of every console made in North America.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
I also have the EverDrive.
No way.
The EverDrive is a cartridge that has an SD card slot that puts on the top. You load up your ROMs, you put it in the cartridge, you load the cartridge in the game, you pick the game. It actually puts the ROM onto the storage that would have been on a Sega cartridge, and you play the game as it's supposed to be played. To reset to the next game, you either hit the reset or you turn the console off, turn it back on. You're back to the menu to get a new game.
Dude, you just opened my sunroof and shat in it. That is awesome.
They make EverDrives
Yeah.
for almost every console now.
Well, I like the minis because space-wise, too. Like,
Yeah, I bought the Mini. Don't get me wrong.
I'm trying not to accumulate things, but
I had to.
But that got me onto the... Because I'm a big fan of not buying anything new. Like, if I can get it at the thrift store, I'm gonna. All my work boots have always come from the thrift store. So I go on eBay to look for the minis for the NES and the Super NES.
Yeah.
And they're all HDMI output.
Yep.
So I'm looking at this like, man, I got to call Bob and figure out how we could do this thing on Twitch. And Bob's like, yeah, you just need this adapter, this plug, super easy. Just get a mic, you're good. I'm like, it's so impressive that you're so good with tech like that. My brother's good with it too. Tyler's very good with tech. He's an IT guy. He knows. But I don't always want to go to him like, dude, my fucking controller doesn't work. Like I'm some like some boomer that can't understand technology. But I'm like, you know what, Bob would know. And you made it so simple to me. Like I'm excited to maybe try that.
Yeah. And it's going to be a lot of fun. At a previous job, aside from being in charge of the radio station and all that kind of thing, I was in charge of the streaming, where we would broadcast high school sports.
Right.
And we took something very similar to what we're using right now, had a bunch of HDMI inputs, we had our camera, we had our mixer and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Went right into the streaming software, we set up...
What's the hot
That
one?
looks so good.
Hot, potentially normal.
Dude, you should call it roulette. Like instead of roulette.
So what I'm going to do is put it in the fridge to cool down for the 20 minutes that the wings are going to take.
Dude, those gloves you have, the HDX, are those like Home Depot, just rubber gloves? I've been wearing gloves.
Okay, so the reason I love these is because the regular black gloves that you always buy in the regular side always rip while I'm messing with food.
Really?
These are, for some reason, not in the normal area. They're in the painting area. But the benefit is that these are double wall.
Ah.
So these are two sets of gloves
in
one.
Okay.
So you can see you have the orange on the inside, the black on the outside.
I like that, dude.
So
I need to get I just ran out of a box of gloves.
So they're a little bit like more than normal gloves, but they are still food safe.
That's cool.
You just have to go to the paint section of Home Depot.
Yeah.
Don't go to the cleaning area. For some reason, the gloves aren't with the cleaning supplies.
Dude, oh my God. You just reminded me of something. I fucking spazzed out at ShopRite the other day. Okay? I went to find yeast because somebody I know that's definitely not me makes wine. And I use yeast for my friend who makes wine. And I'm trying a whole bunch of different varieties and recipes. I always had the big container of yeast, and I never ran out of it because it was you only needed a little bit. Well, I finally fucking ran out of it, so I needed to go buy more. I went to the baking aisle to buy yeast because that's where it fucking should be.
No, it's not over there.
Why is yeast not in the baking aisle? If you're watching this,
it's all the way in the back.
Yeah, it was by the milk, bro.
Next to Velveeta.
Yes. And lard.
And lard.
Velveeta, lard, yeast.
Yeah, I don't know.
What are we doing here?
I don't know.
That
We're
makes no
baking
sense.
fatty, cheesy bread.
Yeah, I don't know.
between the milk and eggs. Like, I was so angry. I asked the guy at ShopRite, I'm like, I'm sorry. I apologized before I asked the question. I said, hey, man, I'm real sorry, but, like, I'm a little heated here. I don't know why yeast isn't in the baking aisle. He goes, it's not? I'm like, no, dude who works here, it's not.
They never...
So he goes up to customer service and says, hey, how come is yeast is not in the baking aisle? She goes, like, she gets it all the time.
Yeah, no.
She's like, it's in the back between the Velveeta and the lard, by the eggs and milk. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's a great place for it. You know where chips are?
How do I know?
In the chip aisle.
Because I've been baking.
Turn it around. Red Star, my man. All right. Good boy.
I mean, I got the normal, like,
yeah.
jar back there, too. But when we run out of that, that's the emergency supply.
I found a perfect ratio. If you or somebody you know wants to make homemade wine, you take,
not that you know it.
Not that I know, and not that you're going to do this, but if you wanted to, all you do is, like, take any kind of fruit juice, and that comes in, like, a gallon or a quart, or like the juice bottle, the standard juice bottle.
The Concord.
Yeah, exactly. Take 2 cups out of that, add a cup of sugar, or it's a cup and a half of sugar, and 3/8 of a teaspoon of yeast. And it is perfect.
I've been following a guy who is making mead. It's what he does. He just makes mead.
I'm not there yet.
Well, Phil, that was on, makes mead.
One of the coolest guys in the world, by the way.
So I sent him the link of the guy who is currently making Mountain Dew mead.
Whoa.
I saw that on TikTok.
So I am following. I am committed. I need to know. Because I sent it to Phil. And I was like, Phil, you are a Baja Blast. You have the cans. We have the technology. I need Baja mead or Baja mead. AKA the D&D Bahamut, but Baja mead.
Dude, Baja Blast. Okay, so you put...
Oh, my God.
Would you sugar that up more and put the yeast in there? Or just let the yeast eat the sugar?
He didn't add sugar. Or he didn't have to because the sugar was already there.
Yeah.
So that was his whole thing, was like, the bottle already has everything. The only thing he needed to get rid of was some of the... like the agents to make it not go bad.
Yeah, the preservatives and stuff.
He did something to like immediately off-gas it, and then good to go. And it was, when I checked it, he's like, it's working.
Dude, what would happen? I always thought like it'd be funny, like, because the yeast goes to the sugar and it's like, I'm going to eat you and crap out alcohol. What if you put yeast in like a diet soda? It goes down. It's like, I'm here to eat. Oh, God.
What are you?
What are you? Like when a cat catches a skunk, like, fuck. I can't do anything with this. Like, God damn. Oh, my God. Listen to that.
They're done.
God. Yeah, that's a they're done noise if I've ever heard
They're
one.
done.
God, man, I'm with the boys here. This is awesome.
But yeah, going back to the whole streaming and all that kind of stuff, I used to run like the high school sports and everything. And it would literally be camera directly into our computer.
Okay.
Mixer directly into the computer.
All right.
I'd be sitting on the thing updating like the clock and the scoring bug and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we'd have that go out to our Facebook page to go to Facebook Live.
That's awesome.
Like it'd go to like Instagram and Twitter when they had their live stuff. And
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
And it was just like I'm sitting there. It's like, oh, okay, cool. It's 1st and 12. All right, first down, 12. Send that to go live. Touchdown. Okay, 7 plus 6. That's 13.
13 yards.
You know, and I'd have to do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like baseball, we had our own different like scoring overlays and everything.
So
like,
in a way, what you're doing right now is
what
almost
I'm doing
easier.
here is a million times easier. Oh my God, those wings.
Wow.
Yeah, what I'm doing here is just an easy version of what I used to do for work.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, you know what,
These are special.
Bob? What's up with that?
These are butter.
I'll tell you what these are.
Butter chipotle.
Ooh. Oh, you did it on them before you cooked them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, put your helmets on, folks. Oh boy.
You think we're fucking around?
No, we're not fucking around. What do you think? This is a joke?
Yeah, you think
You just made eye contact with me like a pit bull. Like, no, this is really
you
happening.
smell it over here. I don't know if it hit you yet.
I'm excited, bro. This is cool.
All right.
This is the first time anybody's trying it. Like,
Flat
we're
for
filming
Kyle.
trying it. Like, I'm so excited.
I cannot wait to try these.
You want if the wine is here in the shot, It's not even for drinking. I only use it for deglazing pans.
We don't need to know what we don't need to know your process, bro.
I'm just letting you know.
All right. Look at that. Oh man. Oh yeah.
The butter.
Dude, this is how you do it, bro. This is how you do it.
Just the fact that he's sitting there and just like rubbing it on the
Yeah,
pan,
yeah.
just like
Well,
getting
that's where
every
all the
corner.
butter is.
Exactly.
That's where all the good stuff
Right?
is.
And honestly, I'm sure some of the others are going to pick up on that flavor just from being in there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's
I
an
can't
oven.
wait. I can't wait.
What brands did you guys enjoy last year at Boston that you're looking forward to A, seeing this year, and B, stocking back up on? Because you guys went home with quite a bit.
Yeah. Too much, actually.
Right?
The hook and arrow is, I think, my favorite for my breakfasts.
Yeah. Which one of theirs did you like?
I think it's the original.
The Cayenne, the original?
Yeah, the
Yep.
original.
Yeah.
That one's mine.
It's empty because I use that on my avocado toast.
Right.
Or I'll do avocado toast, everything seasoning, a fried egg, and then I'll put that on.
Sweet.
And the flavor combination is just insane.
Dude, I think I got to get more into doing breakfast content. Because I do the dinners.
Let me know.
I am a
I
whore
got-
for breakfast.
I
Dude,
got so many
love
recipes.
breakfast.
I have so many breakfast recipes that I've been wanting to do on the channel.
Yeah.
Because some of my eggs, like I give my family, and like when people come over and stay, and they're like, "Oh my god,
Dude, we got to do that. Because I tried, I had a sponsor video that I had to do, and I was really happy to do the video, so I wanted to make the recipe. Like, I had somebody comment, I had deleted the comment, I was so pissed off. One guy wrote, like stop trying to be fancy. It was like, he was just like, like, there's so many trolls. Like, I'm just so over it. But this one guy was like, quit trying to be fancy and just make what you're good at. And I was like, I could get fucking fancy. So I made scallops last night. I made scallops, topped them with smoked salmon roe, fresh dill, and I made like a spinach Anaheim pepper cream sauce. And I don't remember what I put. You ever make something and you don't remember how you made it? You're like, I have to recreate that. That's what happened last night, and I thought that would be a good sauce to put on eggs. And then I'm like, oh, I have like 80 hot sauces that are still unopened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's fun to create your own sauces and stuff, but there are those good favorites that you can count on, and that's your hook and arrow for you guys, or like what else do you enjoy?
So I end up putting. I'll change it up. I'm a big fan of Hank's.
Oh yeah.
The herbal one is like really good on like Italian sandwiches and stuff like
Okay.
that. But
How spicy is that? Like on 1 to 10?
it's lower than the original.
Oh,
but it's just
okay.
like you have more, like there's more garlic, there's more, like you
Okay.
can taste the herbs more. The thing that I like the most doing is I make a bastardized version of the Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
The slow cook one.
Yeah.
But I add American cheese while I'm stirring, so the American cheese basically disappears.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of the eggs become more creamy.
You make them Herbert Hoover eggs, huh?
Yeah, and I do
Great Depression eggs.
and I do
cheese.
Aleppo pepper
Yes.
inside that.
Well, that's
And
in
then-
your blood, isn't it? Aleppo
Yeah,
pepper?
it's fantastic. And then I've been doing instead of hot sauce on top after, I've been putting it in as I'm stirring it.
Oh.
And it kind of like disappears, but it kind of like mills out the rest of like the egg
That's
flavor.
cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah. I like that. I think it's cool that you guys are willing to play around with it and like experiment with recipes and stuff, because at the end of the day, hot sauce makers, we want you to get the sauce, we want you to try it and enjoy it. But like when you can make it an ingredient in what you're doing, like that's 10 times better, because A, you're going to use more sauces, but like to incorporate it into a recipe is way different than just dumping it on top. It's like how much, like if you make art, like not that this is any work of art, but like
I think cooking is
there's a
form of
different interpretation of the artist's work every time. There's a person that's going to enjoy it for this reason. There's a person that's going to enjoy it for that reason. There's a person that's going to put 80 of them in a cabinet and display it like it's a work of art, like myself in the kitchen. But I think it's really cool to see the different ways that people enjoy the sauces, and that's what I'm most looking forward to with sending this stuff out in the world. Like my little minions, just go out,
have
let's
fun.
see what
Have
you can
fun.
do. Help people in their kitchen. I'm so excited to see. Like
This looks so good.
when the skillets go out, somebody will message me and be like, "Look what I made in this skillet," and like that's so fucking cool to see. I can't wait for this.
Yeah, one of the sauces I'm looking forward to is the sauce from Yaz's Table.
Dude, what is up with that?
The honey,
is awesome.
like hot, whatever.
Yo,
It was so good.
super good.
And oh my gosh, there are so many and like Joe, I'm also big on the Hank sauce.
Yeah.
And I love the hook and arrow sauce.
Yep.
Anything Ron makes too with Hell's Kitchen.
Dude, about Yaz's, before, not to interrupt, but I have to tell you this. I ran out of that stuff halfway through the year, and I messaged her. I was like, I can't wait till Boston. I was like, I need another bottle of that. Mm-hmm. So she sent me the original and the honey one. And dude, you would think hot honey is easy to make. It's not.
It's really not.
You're playing with two different consistencies. If you can get those two to play together and to hold right, it's not as easy as you think. And she does it really good. She does it right. And I'm glad she's going to be there.
I can't
toss
wait.
these over here. I'm gonna leave one raw, plain dealer's choice.
No.
You put whatever you want on there.
Salmonella.
Not again.
Oh God.
Boston's revenge.
It's happening. But the other sauce that I'm really looking forward to is Spicy Shark.
Yes.
I found a bottle of his at a coffee shop in Maine when I was on vacation.
Really? Did you send it to him?
No, but I bought it
Okay.
and I used that for a week, the entire week that we were there, that we had breakfast back at the house.
It's so cool.
I put it on my breakfast every morning. And while I was home, I'm like, oh, I got to get more of this. I think I bought 2 bottles while I was up there.
Right.
Just because I'm like, if I don't buy it now, I'm going to have to wait until April for Boston.
Dude, shout out to Maine. What's up, Maine?
So
that's a good vacation place.
I love
it.
I went.
I would retire there immediately.
It's my first year going there. Christy and I got a little Airbnb right on Green Lake, which is a little tiny lake. We're an hour out of Acadia, maybe 45 minutes outside of Acadia. Maine was awesome. The people are super cool.
They're so friendly there.
They have the niceness of Tennessee.
Yeah.
They're up north. They're like Igloo, Tennessee.
And they're genuinely nice. Not like the southern oh, bless your heart.
Yeah.
No, it's how are you?
Dude, that's a thing. In Tennessee, they're really nice people, but they can say the meanest shit so sweet. They're like, bless your heart, you ugly motherfucker. But
you ain't worth 2 licks of a damn dog
pass
shit.
This one all the way at the end.
All right.
That'll be mine. This one is Kyle's.
All right.
This one is yours.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
then
sir.
I will grab the thingies. You might need.
Any napkins.
Yes, sir.
I'll think about it. No,
All right, so we have.
Unless you want sauce all over your equipment.
What did you do? Is this a mustard one?
Yes, there is a maple mustard.
God damn. I'm with the boys eating some wings.
I mean, look at how good these are.
They cooked up pretty good. Before I bite into these, I need to distinguish the difference so that I can prepare myself.
So here we have, this one's the not as spicy. This one is the obviously.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, okay.
I have yet to try it, so I did not add.
We'll put the spicy over on your side.
Hey, listen, I don't know.
All right, so how did you? There's 4 wings here. Are
Yes.
they 4 different ways?
Yes. So one is plain. You'll see the plain one. That one is for you to put whatever sauce you want on it.
Okay.
One has the habanero.
I see this one looks like the chipotle sauce.
Yes. So one has the darkest one has the chipotle butter.
Okay.
One has
Maple mustard.
maple mustard. One has crushed habanero.
Okay.
And then one's plain.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I didn't do
think I know
I didn't
which
do a
one's which.
plain chipotle because I know it's really spicy.
It is,
So that would be
yeah.
maybe put a couple dabs in there.
Couple dab.
Don't maybe coat the entire thing with it.
So I'm
But-
excited for the mustard. Thank you for putting some maple syrup in that and actually creating a recipe with it. I'm super. I feel like I'm watching my kid graduate high school right now. I'm like, this is so cool.
I'm so proud.
Well, I think part of liking cooking is not just this is the ingredient, this is how you do it, look up a recipe, follow the recipe.
Oh, it is way more than that.
By the way, Joe is filling his cup with water.
Yeah, he's not.
Listen,
pissed.
I don't
It's
know.
not. He is not in the bathroom.
Hey, listen. I'm going to walk around. You can cut this mic, and
Yeah.
I'll hop on that
Sweet.
mic.
Cool. So if you're watching, send us a comment. Which of the 3 sauces sounds the most intriguing to you? Is it the Caribbean mustard? Is it the crushed habanero? Is it the chipotle? With the chipotle's secret ingredient right there. passion fruit.
Ooh.
That's
Love,
true. Yeah.
passion, you know.
Well, passion. Yeah. So this is the inaugural taste test.
I cannot wait to
excited
dive
for
into
this.
this.
I want to take a photo real quick. Be a little photo nerd here.
Hey, you know, it's you gotta take the shot for Instagram and all that.
Yeah, man. That old thing.
I cannot wait to try. These smell
Yeah, the smell is
so good.
Very, very good.
Like
Are you coming behind us, Joe, or are you going in? All right.
like between the smell of the wings, the smell of the corn. Like, and I'm excited to try both of them.
Yeah, the corn. We need some apparatus for the corn, but we'll get there. Hell yeah, Joe. Good shit.
I fucked up. The entire corn recipe is basically entirely off the cuff.
Dude, every time we do this, I'm always like, what can I get? What can I bring? Joe's like, I already got everything. I'm going to pass 2 to Joe. Okay, there you go. Sorry.
Thank you.
Give me all 3 fucking spoons.
I need all of the
Hungry, it looks good. I'm fucking here.
I'm going to go for the standard model street corn.
So the real only difference between them is that one of them has the jalapeno and the seeds,
Okay.
and the other one has significantly less seeds.
All right, so I'm going to go for the chipotle first, and I'll see how we did.
There we go.
One's the chipotle.
I'm gonna hand
the butter chipotle.
Oh, any regular?
Regular. Okay. All right, let's go for the chipotle first, boys, if you want.
All right, let's see which one. I'm
The
assuming
buttery
it's
one.
that one. Yeah.
the dark one. Yeah.
All right.
This guy.
All right, let's see what we got.
So I'll narrate as the guys are going in for the first bite.
Oh. The butter is delicious. You get a smooth. And then you get a little.
There it comes.
Yep, the spice is a slow build.
I wanted nothing on the front end.
Yeah, there's nothing.
That's what I went for. I wanted nothing on the front end. I wanted you to be able to enjoy the food you're having with a little bit of smokiness.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of smoke with the heat kind of creeping up, and then you'll notice after like a minute, it starts to just go back down.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm getting to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even like a super heat. It's like a warmth.
Yeah. It doesn't burn.
No burn.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt. You just get like a warmth in your palate, like on the sides.
It's a side. Yeah,
Yeah.
on the sides. Yeah, exactly. You're good
really
at this.
good.
Very cool.
That is very nice.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
is so
the
good.
Turned out
ADD
great.
in me picks up things really fast.
All right, I'm gonna try some of this corn here.
Yeah, me too. Let me go in for that.
It's really good.
Oh, that is really good.
Oh, not the corn. I didn't try the corn. I have no idea how that is.
That is really good.
Shout out for making a vegetable, Dad. Thank you.
Right? You gotta have
So
your
happy.
greens.
No, that's just, dude. Vegetables and I have a very weird relationship because,
Yeah, you were saying that earlier before we went on air.
dude, Big Mac cereal, I'm good. I eat spinach and I like it. I'm like a goose, you know. Like, I want to eat healthier, and it's not like I'm overdoing, you know, anything that's bad for me. But it's so funny that the bad stuff doesn't hurt my stomach.
Yeah.
I try to eat healthy. It's like, whoa, what are you doing? So it's got to be cooked good, or in like with things, like
Yeah.
sprinkled in with things.
So we've been going to the farmer's market more. It's right around the corner from our house. The food is always so fresh.
Oh yeah,
And I saw jalapenos, and I was like, oh, we're about to have an episode. Those jalapenos look really good. Let me see if I can come up with something with jalapeno. But
the farmer thought you meant something completely different.
but not like
About to have an episode.
stop. So we get canceled. So the reasoning for me grabbing those is because I feel like, especially with the Super Bowl thing, there is always, it's the same thing with jalapenos. Just wrap it in bacon,
Yeah.
and that's that.
Or
Make
cut it in slices, put it on your
yeah,
nachos.
put cream cheese in it.
Want some poppers, dude?
Yeah, and I was like, I don't want to make the same thing because jalapenos, like my wife was saying, the jalapenos, she loves how fresh and crisp they are. That's her favorite way to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, let me just cook the corn, and then I'm going to mix all of the street seasonings off on the side,
put the corn in there. That way I'm not cooking the jalapeno. I'm not making the jalapeno like mushy and soft. It's
Dude,
still,
It's still crisp.
that is one of the best pieces of habanero I've ever had. So crispy. Wow, really good. Not a ton of heat. You get a lot of good flavor there.
well, like I said, I took the seeds out of that one.
That's good.
Not
Can
that
I
this
try
one is-
the? I haven't tried the spicy yet.
It's not that bad. Or at least I didn't get a seed, so it's not that bad.
So while Bob's dishing himself out some spicy street corn, let's do the mustard. If you guys are cool with that,
Yeah.
I want to see where you're at with that.
So I'm
let's all get
interested
some
in
street
this
corn.
because I'm not usually a mustard person.
And you'll notice this is not anywhere near
Yeah.
mustard.
Like I don't do honey mustards. I don't do
Yeah.
stuff like that. I do Gouldens and Frenches. That's it.
Let's see what we got, boys.
But I was tasting this before.
So first thing you get the smell. It smells so good.
that heat is more front of the mouth, front of the tongue.
Yeah.
It'll start to spread to the sides a little bit. It'll like that sauce or like the chipotle. It starts to go away.
Yeah, almost immediately.
It's like a curve.
It's a perfect little hump.
Just very,
love
very
it.
smooth.
Super cool.
And I like how you can taste the syrup,
Yeah.
but also the mustard, and it merges well.
Yeah, definitely. And then if you've noticed, now you're starting to get a little bit of now that the syrup is kind of started to fade,
You get a little lip.
you start to get a little bit of that lip heat.
Little lip heat, but not unbearable.
No,
None
no,
of this
no.
is meant to be the burn your face off stuff. It's meant to be accompanying food, how we're doing it right now. Whoops.
It is, if you guys are going to make this at home, and I highly recommend it, it's almost a 1-to-1. It might be a 3/4 to 1 ratio. Just mix, stir, and then just, you saw on camera, just toss the wings.
That's good.
Man, that's good.
That's really good the way you did that. I guess the third one would be the crushed habanero one.
Yep. So this one is the crushed habanero.
Okay, I'm cool with trying that one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, boys.
So far, all of these are amazing.
They really are.
I thought when I tasted the crushed habanero, this felt more of like a traditional, just toss it. And I'm right. It tastes delicious.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is really good.
Super straightforward, a little lip burn,
Mm-hmm.
but this one will linger a little bit longer because it has the habaneros, but there's a little bit of ghost in there too.
A little bit.
Little tiny. I wanted the tiniest bit of like the brightness that a ghost has.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily that crushing heat, but nowadays.
Back in
Well,
my
I
day.
mean, tell me if I'm wrong. A ghost pepper isn't as intimidating as it was in years past.
Well, no, because now there's like an ultra ghost and like the...
Yes, but the ghost can be turned into something really good.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's... who was... It was... When we did the Gobbler episode.
yes,
They had the cranberry ghost.
yes,
It wasn't spicy at all.
but it was the flavor on that was
amazing.
Yeah.
Dude, the spicy gobbler. Let's go. That was so good. Yo,
I think that might have been my favorite episode we've ever done
dude
as
that
a
was,
show. Like, overall, the appearances, all the places we've been to.
I knew.
I think that just because we had like our podcasting friends and our podcasting family together for like a Friendsgiving kind of episode.
right,
Like we had both you and Tyler, we
Yeah.
had Phil on.
dude.
Like it was so much fun.
That I know. You know that I like that episode because we didn't get home until like 11 o'clock, and I was still happy.
I mean, you know it was good because all of our batteries died.
Yeah.
It's a good race when you run out of gas.
Yeah.
And now to the control wing to bring everything back to ground level and to showcase your cooking. Wings are perfectly done.
Oh, I'm just going to add Chipotle on mine. I was going to go like a last dab style.
So I brought two sets. So one Joe, you can keep these that you cooked with, and Bob, you can bring those home.
That works for me.
That works.
Share them with your folks. Your dad
Absolutely.
using that skillet?
I am already thinking this is gonna go on my eggs tomorrow.
There you go. Good man.
Like,
I appreciate doing this. This is cool. I always thought, like, years ago, I was like dreamed like one day maybe I'll send my hot sauce out to be bottled and made. And then I knew I wouldn't be able to do that because the cost and then finding a kitchen to manufacture it. I make my own hot sauce for myself. And it used to be sold through word of mouth to my friends. Not really sold, but like bartered. And like I kind of do it the old school way. You know, he makes a good maple syrup. I'll trade him some hot sauce for it. And it was all through word of mouth. So I was like, if I can get a way to, or find a way to create a sauce that I can share with my friends, I'm not mass producing this stuff. I'm doing a limited run of like 50 bottles. Like the first 50 bottles are going to be, you know, signed. And I did this one here to show you guys, like one of 50. That's just an example. And I'm just cast iron Kyle, sign it, number it. And I was surprised the amount of people that reached out were like, yeah, dude, I'll take it. Like they didn't even need to hear it. Like I'm just really appreciative of everybody that's involved with this. So including you guys. So thank you. And they have a good shelf life. Not necessarily because of preservatives, but because of the quality and the bottling and it was done. I wanted at least a 2-year shelf life.
Okay.
Because I found that the best hot sauces I have a 2-year shelf life, and there's no like major there's no bad ingredients in this stuff. But I want it to be, you can gift it to people. You can buy a case and hang on to it. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of options for everybody out there.
Yeah, no, I was when I was talking to Bob last week after our show, I was like, oh, we should do a wing episode for Super Bowl, and we'll get a bunch of the hot sauces. We'll not rate them, but like we'll give people like an idea of what they taste like so they can have some. And I was like, we should bring Kyle on. Maybe he has some sauces that will, you know, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we have Kyle on. It's a fun time. We eat food. You know, that's like what's the oh no.
And like this whole thing sprouted up because the other day Kyle texted me. He's like, hey, give me a call a little bit later. I have a couple ideas I want to throw by you.
Yeah, the Twitch idea.
And
that was that. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, funny enough, I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah.
Let's chat.
See, that's how you know it's good, man. That's how you know. It's like, I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking too. You know?
I was thinking about you. You were thinking about me.
Yeah. So shout out to Standout Stickers for the design. Like, I love the design. I love the reverse. It looks like a wild boar, but like in reverse. Like the fangs are going up. And I do have some, I have my feelers out for a mango-y wing sauce kind of thing for next year. Depending on this, to get a good enough price point to move forward with another design would be pretty cool. So we'll see what happens.
So the Chipotle alone has more, without the butter, without the oil kind of sneaking it by.
Yep.
You have a little bit more of a lip burn. A little bit more of the undertongue.
Yes.
And then you feel it right on like the back end of your tongue, like just right where it's about to go down. You feel a little bit of that burn. Not outrageous. I've had way more spicy, but the flavor that, you know, as you were eating it, is a really good flavor. There's not like a
right now you're kind of you're not wrapped up in it anymore. The flavor's gone, or the heat's gone. You can still enjoy what you're eating. I find there's a very fine line between too hot and you're not able to enjoy the food.
Yeah.
Like, get me out of here, to the flavor ratio of heat. So I'm happy that we have found a happy medium.
Delicious.
Yeah. I went with the habanero, and it's so good.
Is it? Yeah.
Like you get it kind of wrapped around your tongue.
Yep. It's a tongue hug. That's weird.
No, but that's exactly how it feels.
That could be a lot of other things.
That's weird.
Sorry,
I feel like I've seen that category on some website, but I don't know which.
Twitch, just chatting. The hot tub area.
Tongue hug. There's your shirt.
I think that should be your next hot sauce name.
I was going to say
tongue
that's
hugger.
Tongue hug. Mouth hug. I'm touching my eyes.
Yes. The word of mouth. Mouth feel.
Oh, mouth hug. Yeah.
Mouth hug.
Word of mouth hug. If you guys could design a hot sauce, what would your ideal hot sauce be? What would the flavor profile be? What would the sweetness, saltiness, acidic, not acidic? What would you do, Bob?
Okay. I would go smoky,
Okay.
acidic.
Okay. So you need a mix of smoked versus not smoked to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But with maybe even if it's like a smoked pepper, like a smoked chipotle or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Excuse me.
How I could get that to work.
You'd have to use unsmoked and smoked together.
Yeah,
That's an idea.
But I would definitely do something like that because I'm picturing something that would be good with eggs, but also good for
You know who could
other
probably
meals, like
pull
maybe
that
like a
off?
Chicken rub or something.
John White House Station could probably pull that off because he's good with his son John Jr. is a chef, the mastermind behind their brand. He can bring two completely like they did with the mushroom sauce,
Yeah.
the shiitake mushrooms and black garlic. Like what the hell?
Yeah,
And
and
they
that
could
was
probably
so
pull that
good.
off. That's cool. An acidic smokiness. I like that.
Or maybe even like this is gonna sound weird, but like a higher pitched flavor.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if anyone else does that, but
more
when you
focused.
have like with flavor, sometimes it's like a high pitched flavor versus a low pitched flavor. It's just something I've always been like, oh, like this, this like more acidic sauce that's got a high pitched flavor.
There'd be some versatility there.
You know what I mean?
Like a more concentrated, more dialed in
Yeah.
heat. Okay. What about you, Joe?
I had 2, and I'm actually trying to make them.
Dude, these we'll talk after the episode. We can get it done.
So I'm actually growing some peppers here. It's all your guys' fault.
Okay.
And then
Where did you get
outside-
the seeds?
They give you the seeds.
Oh, well, I know somebody whose name rhymes with smile who has like 10,000 seeds. So please don't buy any. I have so many. I'd love for you to
So
grow.
yeah, no. It was when we go outside springtime, we're doubling the size of our garden.
Man, we go outside springtime.
Yeah, outside springtime, we are doubling the size of our garden, and we
remember you
are
saying.
planting more.
There you go.
And the goal is to have enough to actually make a batch of hot sauce.
Oh yeah.
But I have 2 ideas I've always wanted to make for hot sauces that I'm trying to.
All right.
One is to incorporate Aleppo because I use it so often.
Yeah.
And it's such a versatile pepper. I wanted to make it's a sweeter pepper, so I wanted to make that with like some other, maybe like a ghost or something that's like a little bit hotter but can be bought down.
Aleppo pepper. What would be like a maraspa beer or something to it? Like a red peppercorn or a pink peppercorn. That's a good Aleppo pepper would be a good base.
It's interesting.
Yes.
So
Very.
I wanted to do that, and then the other sauce I wanted to make was an Italian style.
Ooh.
And I wanted to do it for like the traditional Italian, like, the marinade sauce, like the New Jersey Italian, where you would have this little bottle and like you just put like a tablespoon in your sauce and like just completely upgrades and changes the flavor of like the marinade sauce, like the marinara sauce.
So
So-
almost like an extract.
Yeah.
So like there's a company that makes it's a little vial. It's like maybe 2 ounces, and 1 drop is enough for a whole pot of chili.
Wow.
But it's such a blasting heat. You have to really play with how big of a drop you put in there.
So I'm not looking for heat.
Right, you're looking for the flavor.
I'm looking for the flavor.
Yes.
So I wouldn't want to use an extract because it's like, oh, you need to make exactly 4 cans of sauce. And like, if you're the Italian American, you're not measuring. You just put everything in there.
Instead of Lady Madonna, you could call it Lady Marron. So that would work.
That's great.
So-
Lady Marron.
So that is one of the things I've been trying to figure out. And I wanted to do something a little bit more smoky, not super tangy, but like a marinara sauce already has like a tang to it.
Yeah, there's a sweet acidicness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would want something that would complement that sweet.
Okay.
That could just bring in a little bit of the spice and just complement like the Italian, like the garlics and the stuff like that. So it probably would need like herbs in the hot sauce.
Imagine a black pepper, basil, and like honey hot sauce, like a sweet basil.
Ooh.
Oh, you could do a Thai basil. It's over
Dude.
there growing.
Sweet. Imagine a sweet Thai chili sauce
Yeah.
with basil. Dude, oh.
That is going to oh my God.
Dude, Joe's cross culture sauce. Aleppo pepper and basil. It is
Fucking UN over here.
yeah, dude. Council of Foreign Relations in a bottle. Those are great ideas. Should talk to John. I should talk to John about that.
Well, yeah, we're supposed to do
we
some
still have to
shenanigans.
we still have to do the dartboard sauce.
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that'll be fun to talk about down the road. I'm very happy that we did this.
We should do that in Boston.
Ooh.
Just do it as the episode. Bring the ingredients. Bring a little board.
Call it the Shart board. Play sharts. That doesn't sound right.
I mean, that sounds like something we would do anyway.
Oh God.
for
yeah,
sure.
great. No, it's great. Hey, this episode, the Boston Shart Party. It's gonna be great.
The shardy.
Shardy. Shardy hardy equals tardy, but you can't show up if you're shitting.
No, that'll be.
Jesus H.
Yeah. We're dancing on the line. Chris actually just hit me up. He's doing a little article for us on soy sauce. So shout out to Chris. I can't wait for you to meet that guy. That's somebody you need to have on your show.
Yeah.
He's like you, but like a New York version of you. Like he'll cook. When I'm cooking, it sounds mean, but when I'm cooking, I'm so hyper focused because I'm looking at everything around me that's moving. Your clock has caught my eye like 80 times. I'm so hyper focused when I'm cooking. It's hard for me to have a conversation. Christy will ask me a question, and I'll hear it, and I'll answer it in my head, and I'll be like, yep, all right, yeah, that's how I feel about that. She's like, can I have an answer? I'm like, oh, I didn't say anything. You, on the other hand, are over there cooking, being third mic, being one of the three mics.
That's an ADHD super.
Yeah, but I have that too.
superpower.
I don't know why I can't do that.
Well, because for you, it's a hyper focus. You get the hyper focus. I get that all the time too.
Yeah.
But for some reason, cooking to me is like the one area that ADHD like doesn't affect. I'm not ever hyper focusing when I'm cooking. Like I'm relaxed when I'm cooking.
Yeah, yes, I feel that.
I'm just like, okay, I can go with the flow. I can figure out like the corn. There are 2 ingredients in here that are in the original recipe that I looked up.
Right.
Well, 2.5.
Corn and feta.
Corn. I didn't know the feta wasn't even in the ingredient list. It was corn, jalapeno, and they asked for a fresh lime, and I didn't have a fresh lime, so I have lime juice. So I have 2.5 of the 9 ingredients that they listed.
Feta made a nice touch on this because it's usually the Gouda cheese,
Yeah, that's what it was.
which is like super crumbly and like really like grainy
Yeah.
kind of. That is a better consistency, and especially because you have
The-
feta cheese that was like shipped here from where Aleppo peppers are from.
Aleppoville.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just thank you guys very much for doing this with me, and whatever you guys want to keep going on, I'm fine.
I'm super glad you were able to, give us some samples that we could try, and
Sure.
I'm really, I'm glad that I was able to do something with it. That's not like the traditional, like, here's the hot sauce, put it on a thing and eat it.
Yeah.
It's delicious. It is. I tried it. It's good, but.
What, you're not a fan of eating chips directly into a microphone while eating hot sauce?
But like I'm a huge fan of
Caught me.
I'm a huge fan of like making something else. You know what I mean? Like
That's the base.
yeah, and it's always fun. Like you could see how many cookbooks. There's 4 behind me.
Yeah.
There's like 12 right there. Like we collect, not that we collect cookbooks, but I'm always interested in looking at recipes. What do they have? What do they offer?
Right.
And then I will try it and then be like, oh, I don't have this, or I don't like that ingredient. Let me try to modify it. Or I feel like this tastes good, but what if I add this to it? And then, what if I try that? And then like the recipe just kind of goes off the rail. But every time.
Yeah, but look at this. This went completely off the rails, and you've developed your own way to make a spin on street corn salad.
100%. But
Beautiful.
like my wife, every time she tries it, she's just like, how do you do this? Every time. You just make up shit, and then it's delicious. It's like, she's like, you've had 2 bad meals since I've met you that you've cooked. This is, like, you're not supposed to have that kind of record.
Yeah. It's funny because I have found that there's like 2 kinds of people. One is follow the recipe exact to a T, this tablespoon, that tablespoon, and the other people that are like, that's a good place to start. I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
I like some things. I don't like some things. I pull up recipes to make the videos I make on my Instagram. I never do a cut and dry recipe. I always have to put my spin on it.
Always.
And I'm like psychotically obsessed with putting my own spin on recipes. And then you get like a result like this.
Yeah,
and that's what you did with this by mixing maple with that, mixing butter with that.
Which I think I would, if I had more time and I knew what that tasted like ahead of time, I would have probably prepped a few more ingredients. Like with the butter, I would have probably put parsley in there, and I would have put fresh garlic, or I would have used the little cast iron garlic thing I had.
Oh yeah,
and I would have put the roasted garlic in the
God.
Chipotle.
That would have been good.
And then like
That would've been
roasted,
really good.
roasted.
There is garlic in there.
Is there? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
there's a
I
little
taste
garlic in it. Yeah.
So I would have put like the roasted garlic butter Chipotle. Like I would have.
Yeah.
But like it's a good base for you to just add other flavors to, and the mustard is not overly mustard. Like it's not like a Gouldens.
Yeah. No.
Where
This
it's like
is not
here's
mustard.
mustard.
No.
It's a smooth flavor, because I don't normally like any kind of mustards outside of like French's,
Right.
Gouldens, and that weird Russian one with the mom that's very angry.
That one is really good.
Oh yeah, the linebacker lady.
Yeah,
You'll eat my mustard.
that's mostly just spice with
Right.
Some mustard flavor.
Yeah.
But I normally like stay away from like honey mustards and all that stuff. I've never liked them.
The ball game with the chicken finger I could crush some honey mustard, but that's about it.
My wife can. She
Yeah.
eats honey mustard all the time. She's like, you don't like this? I'm like, it's disgusting. Don't put that near me.
Put it on a salad. What?
Yeah, give me ketchup or like barbecue sauce. But like,
Big Mac sauce.
Yeah, or like Mac sauce. Don't
John
give me-
Deman's Big Mac sauce.
Oh,
That was still.
that was so good.
I have
that was like-
dreams of that sauce.
Like that was like the first time I heard like Dark Side of the Moon. When I had John Deman's, I was like, "This exists, dude."
yeah.
That's the same thing like me. He's like, I work a day job, I have a side gig, but I always wanted to make a sauce. Here it is. Here's with the world. And I am still blown away at that and how good of an idea that was to make that.
Just the
big
fact
mark.
that you came up to us at the show and you're like, stop what you're doing. Like, we're doing
Buy
the
this.
show.
I
You're
was
like,
like, yeah,
stop
but
what
we're
you're
doing an
doing
interview. I'm like, I don't care.
here.
Get
And
over
just
here.
you shoved the spoon in our face and we're like, oh, this is amazing.
You ever be like listening to a song for the first time, or like you see something that you've never seen before, and like your eyes start to like darken on the sides, and like you just zone out
You just
completely.
take it in.
Like just a full zone out of like, what brain catch up.
Yeah.
You gave me that, and my brain was just like, because that was the first time I had Adderall too, which was probably not helpful.
Yeah.
Because my focus I will never be more focused than that particular moment. And
And you were focused on mayonnaise.
you gave me that, and my brain just went like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it was just like fucking like the movies where the guy grabs a piece of chalk and just starts writing on the walls.
Yeah.
My brain was just like, and do this, and what if you put it over there? And it goes great in that, and my brain was just like calculations on top of calculations. And then I looked at you guys, I was like, Mac sauce. Because that was that was the only one that could exit my mouth.
Did we do the ketchup? Was it? Is it spicy? Did we do that one? That
Yes.
one? You,
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
so we did the. Is it spicy? We did the John Deman's.
Yep.
I wish we
We
had
did-
this at that
we
time to
did
do as
the-
the mustard.
But we had the honey mustard.
Yeah, Ron.
We had Ron's, so we still had mustard.
Yep. Yep.
I did regular cheese because I didn't want to do spicy cheese.
Yeah. The one normal ingredient.
The one normal ingredient was cheese. I had the smoke jalapeno
yes.
in the meat.
yes.
That was fantastic.
That was cool.
The mayo, we did the spicy, the other aioli.
Aioli. Or,
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
We did that on
Is
the
it spicy? Yep,
buns.
yep.
It was just so good.
Yeah, it was a good time overall, and it's been. You did the spicy Big Mac, and then we did the gobbler. Like, I'm
Yep.
excited to like. I'm
Come up
glad
with
that
the
we have
next
a little
one.
group chat because I should keep a little notebook next to my bed more often. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, and I'll have a thought or like a dream when I'm like just about to fall asleep, and I'll write it in my notebook. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with the next time we do this. I'm like, Joe, listen to this.
Well, so what's gonna happen is we're gonna go to Boston. I'm gonna taste a hot sauce that I never had before.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be another trigger where I'm going to be like, okay, we need to make this thing now.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
our version.
You know it's good because Tyler said the gobbler was so good. Somebody that has not advocated for spice in the least. Somebody who would be the easiest person to have Pepto-Bismol sponsor them.
He said the mead went right to my head, though. Thought I was going to pass out.
Yeah, he did that look where he's like, dude, like he
I
did,
look over and he's just like,
dude, this is fucking good. But he's like, it's really good. Like, oh my God, Tyler's gonna fucking throw up.
I'm really excited for the next, like, what sauce triggers like the next
brain blast.
Yeah,
I think Boston's gonna do that for you guys. There's a couple new
it's every
people
time.
there. Yeah, dude. I'm thinking when we went to Bowers, when I went to Chili Pepper Festival, I made there was spicy peanut butter there, and I took spicy pepper jam and I made an Uncrustable.
I got it.
Yeah,
I got it.
what?
We do the Boston cheesesteak.
Ooh, with tea. Boston tea steak. How would we do a Boston cheesesteak?
Well, we would just be in Boston, and I'd be making a spicy hot sauce laced steak.
And no cliche like we should put beans all over it.
Nah.
Nah,
I'm thinking I could find a sauce that I could like marinate the meat in,
Yeah.
like a hot sauce that can give it a good.
Yeah.
And then we'll do like a hot sauce infused cheese whiz.
Oh,
Yeah.
Whiz Wit
Uh-huh.
was with that capsaicin. Dude, I just unlocked a core memory. I remember my dad. My dad always had friends that were farming stuff. My dad's a farmer. He's like big into farming. And I remember I was young. He's like, you want to try a hot pepper? I'm like, yeah, Dad. I just got done watching Power Rangers, eating Reese's
I'm
Puffs.
unstoppable.
I can do no harm.
I'm about to discover Pokemon and drain your bank account. And he's like, here, try this. And it was this little pepper. I'm like, look at that thing. It looks like a Christmas light. How bad could that be? Took a bite, and he was like, oh, that was a lot, bud. I'm like, that's cool. I'm about to go play with my Playmobil. So I left the room, and 2 seconds later, I was in the bathroom, like running the sink on my tongue. I turn around, my dad's just laughing.
Yeah.
Like, well, we'll talk about this when you're young, when you're older. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the other time, my dad had me try something. I tried shrimp, and I didn't know you needed to peel it.
Oh no!
He's like, "How's the shrimp?" I'm like, "Crunchy." Spit it out. He's like,
Crunchy.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be crunchy.
What are you, a cat? Shit.
My fucking cats wait for them to be peeled, then steal them.
Dude, I feel so bad for my cat because the house we moved into, the one that you've been to, my house, me and Christy's house, there's no mice for my cat, and I'm like disappointed we don't have mice in my house. But that's such a weird thing to say. Like I'm happy we don't have mice, but my cat used to fucking crush mice when we lived in Hopewell and Bordentown. Our houses were pretty old where we lived, so the cat was able to be a cat. Like I look at your cats on the couch in their bed, like
Yeah, they don't care.
my cat should enjoy that, but she's like, I feel bad that we don't have mice.
They get bored and they hunt each other.
That's so funny.
So like one will be laying on the couch, the other one will just walk up like ass wag and just be like whack, and then
They practice kill each other.
yeah. And my other cat's like, what the fuck?
That's cool.
I was sleeping.
So you think you're gonna play around if you figure out some new recipes and stuff with this? Please hit me up with it because I want to try it. Like I'm taking all criticism, good, bad.
I am
You liked
almost
it, didn't like it?
positive on tomorrow's Thursday. Saturday morning, my avocados should be ripe. I am fairly certain that crushed habanero is going on my avocado toast to see what that's about.
My man. All right.
I also love doing pork roll, egg, and cheeses with some hot sauces in there.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
So
I worked with the guy who invented pork rolls, like great grandson. And he told me that if someone says Taylor ham, he goes, there's only two kind of people that say Taylor ham. People that are stupid and people that are wrong. I'll never forget that. Coming from the family of the originator.
people.
Dude, there's a place called the Pork Roll Store. Have you heard of that?
no.
Dude, it's in Allentown. It used to be called the Meat Factory. Let your brain go where it wants there. But it was this little tiny hole-in-the-wall grocery store, and now they just sell meat. You go there, it's like pork roll, sausage, kielbasa, fucking steaks, and that's it. And I walk in there, I'm like, this is my place. Like,
I am
that's
so
cool.
glad that like meat, like butchers are making a comeback.
Dude.
So right down the street from me, a butcher opened, and it's right next to the Italian bakery that I always get like my prosciutto bread from and stuff like that, and like the cookies. And I'm in there one day, and I grab the bread that I was going for, and then I turn around, and it's just like butcher, and I was like, oh, what now? and it's not online.
Go
They're,
on.
as far as I know,
It's word of mouth.
their Google isn't there yet. It's still like the old store, so they haven't changed it. It's a small place. It's about the size of this. You walk in, and I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And he's the nicest guy ever. He's like, "Oh, we just opened. Where our original store is in Brooklyn. This is like our first like New Jersey area." I was like, "What kind of meat do you have?" They had a fucking cut. It was just the whole cow, just cut sideways. It was the entire thing you could just buy. It was, and I was like, "How fresh is this? Like how long?" And he's like, "Oh, everything we sell is butchered today."
Tyler.
Hey man,
There was a guy at the butcher at the meat factory. I never knew his name, and I'd be grocery shopping when I was a little kid. Be like, "Hi, man," like Bart Simpson. Oh man! And the cool thing is, those people, they're the same owners of that grocery store, and they remember me when I went in there. They're like, "Oh yeah, you used to come here with your mom when you were little. I remember your mom, and it was Gina, right?" I'm like, "What the fuck?"
yeah. How do you? It's like the
Yo.
people like that I'm like, how? Like I went.
That
to-
was so nice.
We-
I'm
we
buying
had
more
one with
steak
my dad.
from you.
I went to the butcher. I met him once. It was right when they opened. I bought like smoked meat because my wife loves the smoke, and it was really good.
Yeah.
So I was like,
Smoked meat's
I'll,
great.
I'll buy a little bit, and then I bought veal because when do you ever get like center cut veal cutlets? Same day butcher.
Dude, I am going to go broke if I find a butcher that does center cut veal chops. near
So
me.
I was like,
"Oh my
I made veal cutlet parmesan with the, and it was the best veal I've ever had in my entire life.
God.
So then like 2 months.
I have so many different tweaks that I could talk to you
so then,
about. Of that.
so
Oh
then
my
2
God.
months later,
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't go back. If I go back, I'm gonna spend too much money. So like, I have to give myself like, I can go every 2 months.
An allowance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 months later, I come
my
back.
meat allowance.
It's now been 2 months, and the guy goes, "Hey, what's up? How is the veal?" I'm like, "How the fuck do you remember that?"
That's awesome. That's good business.
That is so cool.
That's good business.
So they always have samples up for you guys. Oh, you want to try this? Oh,
Yeah.
we got some salami here. You want to try that? That's where I got the that's where I got the cheese from.
podcast.
There.
There.
Yo. Dude, with full slice. Ooh.
So I for Elena's birthday, I went there and I grabbed T-bones.
Yeah.
And they had like proper cut, not like ShopRite, like half-inch friggin' T-bones.
Whoa,
They had like
pull it on the ShopRite hate. I love ShopRite meat.
I love the ShopRite by me has great meat.
Did
If
you
I
know-
talk to the butcher who is there and cuts it.
Same. Did you know that ShopRite now sells Snake River Farms Wagyu?
They sell A5 by me.
Yeah, that's
Like
what I'm talking-
Japanese. Yeah.
Dude.
It's 100. I just looked. I was just it was in the cart. I was this close.
Oh my god.
They had
dude.
A5 Japanese Wagyu, Japanese, and then they also had American A5 Wagyu.
Okay.
The American A5 Wagyu was $89 a pound.
Okay.
The Japanese was a 134.
I think Wegmans is $129 a pound for $129 a pound
Yeah.
for the Wagyu.
So I was
Your
think-
ShopRites are much nicer than mine.
there's a full butcher section. Like you walk up to like there's a guy there. You be like, I want that one. And he'd be like, all right.
yeah.
But I love
Shout out ShopRite Butchers, man. Mine's
yeah.
good. Anthony, he's a good
It's
guy.
when you get them,
Chris, I
you
mean,
get them.
Chris.
The one by me, I had a guy in the seafood department, and I always be like, "Hey, I need that," and he's like, "You got it, man. You're really nice." And then like 3 other things would be in there, and I was like, "You're the best."
Dude, talk about people remembering you. When I get scallops, I'm always shooting a video. And last year I went, and it was the same girl working there. I asked for the 6 of your roundest
Yeah.
scallops because they need to be aesthetic
you
for
need
the
to be
video.
good.
They need to be nice. So I went yesterday. I shot a scallop video literally yesterday, and she was there. She's like, "Did you want the 6 round ones?" I was like, "Yes." I was like, "Fuck, you
Yeah.
remember? That's awesome."
No, they were. It's like the people like that are always the
That is so cool. And it makes you feel special too.
yeah.
course.
Like, and it's not even just that. Like, even going to restaurants or anything
Yeah.
along those lines. My girlfriend and I, we go to this one ramen place near my job, and the waitress that's there she's usually fairly quiet, doesn't really say anything, just kind of, all right, what do you guys want? That kind of thing. It's been a few weeks since we've been there, and we walk in, she's like, "Where have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. What's
That's
going
cool.
on?"
That's cool.
And we sit down. She's like, we get our pork bun, couple chicken katsu curry ramen.
Chicken or pork bao
Fucking-
bones.
Yes,
Oh,
those
yeah.
things.
love them. Pork belly, whatever that sauce is, and a piece of really crisp lettuce. It's so good.
I think bao buns are made of like My Pillow, like the
It's
cushion
just so
inside.
fluffy. It's
soft.
so
something
fluffy.
It's something I've been wanting to make, but then I'm also trying not to, because if I get remotely close to good, I'm out.
You're fixated.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on it.
We
You're focused.
we've been
My
saying
face will never be the same because I'm
Yeah.
gonna gain like 40 pounds.
we want to have this ramen place cater our wedding when we eventually get married.
Dude, a ramen bar at a wedding's a sick idea.
Because these pork buns, I am
shit.
upset. We're both
Oh
obsessed
my god!
with.
Oh, could you the fucking fudge fountain, but just the ramen broth, and just put your bowl under it.
Yo.
That'd be sick.
That would be so cool.
Just like
You
you
can
put your ingredients
Like
in
a
the
beef
bowl,
and chicken base.
and then
You put it in.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
you
you
have the
just-
different ones. If you want to have like a curry base, if you want to have just regular beef broth,
yeah,
regular
you just
chicken
have the
broth.
fountains.
And on the side, you can pick your
topping,
you
your-
pick your toppings.
How much noodle?
By the way,
you want.
Angie's in chat and she said this is genius.
Dude, that is. Do you guys realize that's one step under like Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is how my brain works.
Holy
Yo.
crap!
That'd be
fresh-
great.
Blew my mind because I went from like, oh yeah, we'll just buy a shit ton of pork bun,
pea sprouts.
but
No,
no,
my-
now we're
bacon,
doing this.
My brain just my
mint
brain
leaves.
moves up. It's
Dude, the other day I went to Princeton and I was walking around. So sometimes I need to just shut off and just like handle my sales and just like sit with my phone and figure shit out. So I'm not doing it all day. And I like to go to Princeton. I like to walk around Princeton. I feel like I can kind of breathe there. There's little spots where I can like just hide out and hide out from people in general. Just like I like to hunker down and just do my thing. There's a ramen place right on the main street there, Nassau Street or whatever the hell it is. I got chicken katsu curry ramen with a fucking egg in it. I just looked at it. The lady's like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just looking at it." She's like, I didn't start eating right away. And I got a nice green tea with it. And I sat there and I remember thinking, like, this is cool. This is what life is about. That little simple pleasure. But the combination, chicken katsu is good. It's like a thin chicken cut on chicken curry. It's just
There's a place in New York that we used to go to when we were living there, or when my wife was living there, girlfriend at the time. I would go during the weekends, and they were right near Hell's Kitchen, the condo she stayed in.
Yeah.
So we would go out to eat all the time. There was a ramen place that was like near that area.
Right.
Couldn't book, no reservations. You had to go there. You had to wait in line, or they'll come back in 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
They had their own beer brewed by Sapporo.
Oh shit.
They had their own,
Damn.
and I remember going. I was like, all right, let's like this. I was new to like real ramen. I only had the instant. My wife was
Cup
like
of noodles.
huge ramen fan. So I go there, and they were like, oh, what do you want? I was like, oh, give me the egg. I remember seeing the egg. Really like the eggs. Give me 2 eggs, and then like add everything else. And I had the steak, and then when I went back at substance, I did have the katsu. I love it. But I remember getting the beer, getting the ramen, and then just like looking at it because it's something I've never seen, like a thick ramen like that before.
Yeah.
So they did. I think they were doing 5-day broths in this place. So I guess that's why. Yeah, it was thick.
Yeah.
So I remember like taking like a sip and then just being like, whoa.
You know how they do that? They actually take a base of a broth, cook it down to half, add like a quarter of the water, cook that down to half, and it just breaks down slowly. It's like gelatinous mess.
I did a 3 or 4 day ramen in the crock pot.
Yeah.
And I went to the store. I went and I got the net cost because they have it.
Yeah.
The hoofs and like the marrow,
The ham
like
hocks?
everything. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
everything. Threw it in there. Added all the broth. Added all the ingredients, and then I let it cook for 2 whole days.
Jesus Christ.
It was such a mistake because the whole house for 2 days smelled so goddamn good.
Like, why can't they make a candle out of that?
And you couldn't. It's not like you could taste it. It's not
Right,
ready yet. The
right,
bones
right,
are still in it. You gotta wait for the bones to dissolve.
Yep.
So like you just have to go and like stir it every like 5 or 6 hours, and then just get hit in the face with like
it's
the
beautiful.
best smell,
Yeah.
and then add more broth as it like simmers down. And I remember I tried to make the egg, which I fucked up, but I didn't know at the time. But like it was still good. I was like, oh,
That's our next business venture: food smelling candles.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say ramen fountain. I was like, I'm in.
Well, that too.
I need
But,
one.
I mean-
I need one food grade fish pump. It's probably
pump.
like
That was
probably
a sentence.
probably like
punk,
a half
punk band food grade fish pump.
probably like a half horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thick liquid you got to get in there.
We didn't get our deposit back. There's soup on the ceiling.
Yeah, the start is really.
I have a trick if
Get
anybody's
splash guard on.
if anybody's watching that cares about soup. I make a master stock. I take a ham hock, I take a turkey wing, a turkey neck, and sometimes I'll do like one oxtail. I'll go to the grocery store and ask the butcher, can I have one oxtail? I'll do the oxtail, the ham hock, I'll do the turkey wing and the turkey neck. Roast that with like some shallots, celery root, just like at 400 and toss it every 10 minutes until it's an hour. You get these juices that are just unbelievable. And I take the drippings, the bone, like everything that's on that tray. The shallots are just about burnt, but not burnt. And mix that in the pot and put it on simmer for like a day and a half and reduce it to half. Strain it out, cheesecloth it, put it in to-go containers, like quart containers. Let it sit in the fridge for 2-3 days. Turn it over, and it's a sandcastle. It's a block, and it.
Oh man!
But you anything you make, any chicken, anything you make, just take a little scoop of that jelly and throw that in there, and it instantly elevates everything.
Yeah.
So it's so.
That sounds so good.
It is so good. I think maybe after spring, summer, fall, maybe we should do. I'd like to do a soup episode, like some kind of good soup, some kind of.
We could do a cozy fall episode.
Hell yeah! Get your flannels, everybody. I'll invite Martha Stewart over.
Little pumpkin spice action.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic.
that sounds like so much fun. I feel like this is a pretty good jumping off point for us tonight.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Want to thank everyone here for joining us tonight as we do some cooking, talk about some sauces, and just have fun. Like, this was genuinely fun to just talk about things that we enjoy, and that's what this podcast is all about. Just what are you passionate about? And I love hearing about what people enjoy and just kind of getting those ideas and the creative juices flowing, and that is so awesome. Kyle, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, man. We're on the road to Boston together. I'm excited to do stuff down the road, to keep doing stuff together.
It's always so fun. It's always a blast.
Yeah, thank you. Dude, it's a blast for me too. I love it.
Yeah, and where can people find out about Word of Mouth Hot Sauce? Give us all that info. Give us the info for Boston.
Yeah,
everything.
You've now all heard it.
Now I've
Word of mouth.
Yeah, so word of mouth, you got to get it through me. It's on Instagram, castiron_Kyle, like usual. Boston, it'll be at Harpoon Brewing, April 27th and 28th. Friday, it's a Saturday, Sunday show. The Friday beforehand, if you want, we're going to go to the pre-party. That is at the Fermentory. That is in New Hanover, Massachusetts, I believe. I have the thing written down. Hang on one second. I'm so sorry. That is in Hanover, Massachusetts, 200 Webster Street, the Fermentory. They're going to have beer on tap. They're going to have special foods. Shout out to the Burks Hot Sauce. Shout out to John, White House Station, for putting everything together, being so supportive. I would not be where I'm at in this world of hot sauce and culinary creativity without John and White House Station as a whole. And Standout Stickers for helping me with the art. And Harpoon Brewing for hosting, and Boston for existing, and Mother Earth, everybody. Without Earth, we would have none of this. So we need to remember Mother Earth.
I love it. I don't think I could end the show any better.
Namaste.
Yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Make sure you check us out online, tabletoptrio.com. You can find out all of our socials and all that kind of thing, usually just Tabletop Trio in some way or another.
You'll find them.
People have their stupid things. If you want to watch the episode over again, you can check us out on YouTube on usually Thursdays, and then on the podcast as well, and Wednesdays live on Twitch, 8 o'clock Eastern. But until then, I'm Bob.
I'm Joe.
And I am Kyle.
It's been Tabletop Trio. Have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with us.